Hey YouTube, today I'm starting a new challenge where I'm going a whole month without using technology. There are going to be some exceptions where I am still allowing myself to use my flip phone, and I also do online school, so I'll need to use my computer for that. And then, of course, I'm filming this on my phone. But as far as social media, I'm completely off, and my biggest crutch is YouTube. And my goal is to avoid getting on YouTube for this entire month, other than maybe uploading this video. But as far as watching anything, I'm trying to spend a whole month away from technology in general. Even though I have pretty much gotten rid of every source of social media other than some things I watch on YouTube, I have found that it's still just taken productivity away in my life, and just my mind becomes so engaged with things that it doesn't need to have business with. And honestly, I think the world is just so involved in politics right now. And honestly, I'm kind of sick of feeling like the world is about to end every single day. Some of you know what I'm talking about. And so I really want to detox from not only social media, but just technology in general. It's a good time for it too, because I just got rid of my TV and I was planning on getting a new one, but I was like, while I don't have a TV, maybe this is a good time to try out this challenge and see if I can actually go through with it. And so my goals and hopes from this is that I'll enjoy more of my hobbies in my spare time when I'm not working or doing school. I will be more productive with work, school, and just household chores, and I will not depend on technology. So I hope it goes well. I'm starting week 1 right now. Hey guys, I'm making this video after the fact because I felt like I used like a phrase quite a bit that I just want to bring clarification. So I was not completely off of technology. This was more of a technology detox, but there's the things I didn't have. I did not have a TV. I didn't listen to music on my phone, and I didn't use Google other than like business stuff, because I still was uploading videos and um, like other basic things. But I wasn't like scrolling through YouTube looking at a whole bunch of videos. So those were the main things. But I didn't feel like it was transparent of me to say that I was completely off of technology, or like getting rid of technology for a month. It still feels like that because I was used to like watching TV and you know um, watching a lot of YouTube, and so I still haven't done any of that. So that still applies. But I just want to make that clarification, and I don't want to be a complete hypocrite. So, all right, so it's day 2. I just started this challenge yesterday. I also decided that I am not going to be listening to the typical music playlist that I listen to, and my rule as far as music goes is it either has to be on the radio or on this little boom box, and I only have like 3 CDs to play, so that's going to be interesting. But I just wanted to get a break from that, and maybe just see what that's like for another month. But I can tell you just from the last night and today that this has been a little bit more difficult than I expected, because what happens is I will do something like, oh, I'll go take a walk, or read a book, or sing, or do something like that, something away from technology, or hang out with friends. And the thing is that I do it, and then I get back, and I'm so used to getting to the habit of just like getting back on my phone as like a net, like the last thing I do, where it just helps me like relax and calm down and stuff. And I'm like, man, this is tricky because I keep doing things and now I'm running out of ideas. So I have to figure out how to keep myself entertained without getting back on the social media and on my phone. So it is officially the second week of my fast from electronics, and I've noticed a few pros and cons along with this journey. The first thing is that I have had more peace with the simple things in life, and really enjoying just simple things like going on walks and spending more time with my pets and spending more time outdoors, as you can see. And it's kind of nice to relax in that kind of way. And just, I feel like when I do default to spending lots of time on my phone, at first it feels relaxing, but then by the end of it, I feel like I didn't get any rest at all. And so that's been one major benefit that I'm noticing so far. There's been more peace overall. The hard part is that sometimes it can get boring, especially if I don't have any events planned. Sometimes if it's been a long week of work and school, then I'll get home and I don't know. I don't really, sometimes you don't want to go on a walk when you just got off work. And so sometimes it can feel a little bit exhausting. And so I guess I've been trying to figure out how to get used to that. I think over time I'll get more used to it and either find something else to do that is entertaining. But yeah, I've been trying to sing more and learn new skills, and that's been good and beneficial. But sometimes it is exhausting, and so much of me just wants to like sit down and like turn off my brain for a second and go back to social media and watch videos that I don't even care about just because it's something else. But so far, I am still happy that I'm doing this, and we will see how the next couple of weeks go. Just to give you a quick update, one thing that I'm realizing as I'm going a whole month without technology is that even though I'm not an avid shopper, I would spend a lot of time on websites like Amazon and just kind of window shop, but online, whatever that's called, just browse. And I don't know, even that I was finding entertainment in. And now that I've kind of pushed everything away and so I realized that I would just waste my time with a lot of different things that I didn't need to be seeing or doing. And I don't know, like sometimes I think doing that can be bad too, because speaking for myself, because it makes me want to desire the material things more than I probably need to. And I gotta be careful that I don't always want more materialism. And that kind of leads me to the why of this all. Why am I doing this? Why am I so persistent in trying to get away from digital media and technology in general, especially in recent years? And it kind of started even before I was a Christian. I've always been kind of into minimalism and health in general. And I just feel like, I grew up before the smartphones even really came out. And it really was a different world. And even though, like, as the world changed, we didn't really notice a big difference right away. Looking back, hindsight 2020, I am just realizing that there have been so many things that have gotten worse because of technology, and people have just accepted it under the condition that they need their technology to function in today's world. And to me, I reject that. I believe that the reason I want to be a digital minimalist is to say that no, I'm not going to be controlled by technology. I'm not going to let it dictate how I'm going to function, because at the end of the day, I'm still a human being. We came from primal background, surviving in nature. We don't actually need technology. I feel like there's just so many lies that have been given to us within the means of technology in general, whether it's like social media ads, even that has like influenced like biblical realms. Like even if I go look at a Bible online, there's a good chance there's going to be an ad for something that isn't that biblical. Like I don't see how that isn't an issue. Um, so on a spiritual standpoint, with the biblical worldview, it has become very important to me to be careful about what we take in. We have to guard our hearts according to God's word and not really allow ourselves to be subjected to worldly influence. Obviously, we don't have control over everything. I understand that, but at the same rate, I think we do have more control than what people tell you. And Paul says in 1 Corinthians 6:12, this is the NET version. It says, "All things are lawful for me, but not everything is beneficial." And it says later, "But I will not be controlled by anything." And a lot of people use this in reference of like drugs, porn. It can be anything really. But I think one of the biggest things today is just using technology. I think we abuse it. I think we overuse it. And I understand people have used technology for good, and myself included. It's hard for me to say that technology is entirely bad because I use it so much. I'm literally recording this on a piece of technology, so obviously I am a hypocrite at some level. I understand, but at the same rate, I have also seen just so many people who just allow it to control them. Like even the idea, one of the biggest lies that I've heard, and maybe it's not a lie, but it's the idea that you literally cannot have a job without a cell phone. And oftentimes, this may seem like it's the case, but there's usually a way around it. People don't like it. You will probably make enemies. Like, I worked a job where I used a flip phone for a couple of years, and people did not like it at all because they want to have that control over you in a way. And I know maybe I'm sounding a bit like a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but no, it's like with the flip phone, they can text you, all right, whatever. But when I was in the group chat that my job was making me be a part of, it was so dramatic, toxic, whatever you want to call it, and it's just nothing good came out of it. And I felt like that's the thing with technology and social media especially, is 9 times out of 10 it ends up bad. It may not seem bad at first, but 9 out of 10 times it will always end up bad. And so for my emotional health, I have to step away. For my spiritual health, I have to step away. And not only that, but I have seen benefits from doing so. People talk about, by using technology, there may be something that could come out of it. People think the advancement of AI could be a good thing. But the world says that getting away from technology is a bad thing. Even a lot of Christians say that getting away from technology is a bad thing. And to me, I don't believe that. I don't think we need it. And this goes back to what do we actually need versus what do we want? What we need, first and foremost, is Jesus Christ. First and foremost, obviously. Then there's things like, survival, water, shelter, food, and fire. We got that. And I know it sounds dumb. I know it sounds too simple, but honestly, as long as we have those things, we really don't need it. And I'm telling you that we do not need technology the way the world convinces us that we do. We don't need it. We don't need the news. We don't need our cameras, really. All these things, we're just so convinced that we need this. and I would disagree. I don't think we do need this. I would maybe communication. Communication is nice. Like, if you really want to break down what your phone has to offer, communication, phone call and texting is really nice. It's really helpful. But I would say even that we don't need it. And so, anyways, I'm kind of going on here, and this is my opinion more than anything. So I know that, there's a lot of different opinions on this subject. But this is just kind of what I've learned. And to me, allowing your life to be so involved with technology, the risk is not worth the reward. And as technology continues to advance, I think things are going to get worse and worse. And we are slowly becoming less like people, especially the way that God designed us to be, into the way that the world is designing us to be. And I just don't see that as a good thing. And like I said, ever since I've done this, ever since I've been challenging myself to step away from technology and digital media, I've gotten better. Even right now, there's things I'm struggling with. There's things that are difficult. Like, sometimes I get bored. Sometimes I just don't want to go socialize, or I don't want to go work out, or I don't want to read my Bible, and I just want to watch a low brain cell show on Netflix. And maybe there's a time and place for that. I think, it could be lawful in this sense. But one thing, even with that, I'm noticing I cut that stuff out completely, and now I actually want to do my homework, which sounds crazy. Now I actually want to learn more things, be more productive, learn new skills, do new things that I haven't done before. And to me, I think that's the biggest thing with digital minimalism is it kills any form of laziness that exists. I think it could help so much with simple things like obesity, and which is way more prevalent in today's world. And there's a lot of just health, mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual things that have been negatively impacted by the use of technology. So that is why it is so important to me, and why I'm going to continue going down this road, seeing where it leads me, and I hope you guys are interested as well. It is officially week 3 of my detox from technology, and I just want to say, like, one thing that I'm noticing is, like, I'm getting more used to it. Like, I wasn't watching TV adamantly, but like I was watching it enough where it was a part of my routine. And now that it hasn't been anymore, I haven't been craving it. I've kind of broke the habit, and now it's like, honestly, I could probably go without it. And yeah. But one of the biggest things I'm noticing right now that I can just feel the benefits of is not scrolling endlessly on YouTube. I'm maybe a hypocrite because I'm literally a YouTuber, but even so, I was like watching videos, and I am not like that much into politics or drama of any sort, but even the Christian content I would watch, it is either so politically intertwined, or even when I'm going to find a certain video that I'm looking for, or like just scrolling, you just see so much like surrounding it. Like, and this is something I never really thought about, but all the videos and content that are up around it are just like, it's like it's adding, I don't know how to say this, but it's like adding chaos, and like it still is going into your mind. And it's something I didn't really think about, but now, like, I honestly feel like it feels like I'm on a diet, and my mind feels cleaner. It really does. um yeah, at the end of this challenge, I want to ask myself whether I want to get another TV, and also just kind of like consider like what my YouTube habits are going to be. um Yeah, I made it so I can only see the people that I'm subscribed to. But even that can be like my mind is so controlled by whoever I'm watching. I don't know. The point is that my life just feels cleaner, and honestly, I'm looking back on it and I'm just like I don't need that. Like I felt like I needed it before. Like it was just helping me so in some way. Um but now I feel looking back on it, I'm like I don't need that at all. And my life is a little bit more peaceful now without it. Um so yeah, that's one of the benefits that I'm noticing. And I've been a lot more productive with school. I've been able to focus on school and actually enjoy it a little bit more. So there's that too. Parts of me does miss it. Like I would watch a lot of like evangelism videos, and that was very encouraging. And there are Christian content. There is Christian content out there that has been helpful for my walk. So it's hard. It's hard to say I should get completely rid of YouTube because I still use it. The question is, how do I not let it take control over me? That's what I'm wrestling with this week. Alrighty, guys, it has been an entire month without television, um, YouTube, other than business related stuff, and listening to music on whether YouTube or Pandora or anything like that. And the question now is like, what am I going to do going forward from this? Do I want my TV back? Do I want to um, start listening to music again, other than the radio? And as well as, do I want to start watching YouTube as much as I was? Or even at all, because I really haven't been watching it. Um, and honestly, the answer, some, it's like one answer, two of the answers are easy, and one is kind of difficult. The two easy answers for me are that I don't want a television again, which might surprise you, maybe it won't. But having a television and like sitting there and watching TV or playing video games just has cramped my productivity in life. And I am realizing as I got that away that I have been able to do so much more when it comes to schoolwork, my actual job, building relationships. And so it kind of feels like you need TV sometimes. It kind of feels like you need the downtime of it all. But I'm telling you, you really don't. People have made it so long before television was a thing. And it just creates this dependency that like I didn't need. And so even though it was hard at first, and even though it's kind of weird not having a TV in my room, ever since I got rid of it, I have not been wanting it back. And yeah, I know there's a lot of like opinions on this, and I'm sure not everyone will agree with me. But I will say from my experience, it's made me enjoy the simpler things in life. Now, that and also just listening to music again, I think listening to music is like fine. Like that was just more getting a break from like instant gratification in a sense, and that was good. But I don't think it's necessarily bad, especially when like the radio music is not good in the first place. It doesn't really make sense to, yeah. But so those are the two easy ones to answer. Now the difficult one has to do with YouTube. On one hand, YouTube has been a great resource to study when it comes to evangelism, um, biblical theology. There's a lot of great content out there. but there's a lot of stuff that is so politically charged or bad information, or even like a lot of these YouTubers with different videos and content, even they can have these weird like circles of drama and contention. And it's like when you become popular as a Christian YouTuber, there's a lot that can go wrong, and you have to start standing up for yourself. And sometimes I wonder if it's an issue of pride, and I'm not sure if I'm just rambling on at this point. But long story short, even though YouTube has been very helpful in the past, and I don't think I'm going to get rid of it completely, like it is just so helpful when just trying to fix something. But once again, like the world doesn't use YouTube the way that it should. YouTube should be used as an encyclopedia for finding out information that we actually need. And the thing is, we don't use it for that. We use it for the information that we don't need. And oftentimes, this kind of information is caused to divide us or do something else that is not godly. And so, as for now, I don't know the future with my YouTube habits. I mean, I'm kind of a hypocrite because I upload YouTube videos and I want to keep doing that. But I'm definitely going to tone it down a bit and not spend as much time on there, because even more than television, like I was spending so much time on YouTube and it was just not good. So anyways, I hope this is interesting to you. I hope this is helpful to some of you. I hope that you guys, even if you go back to these things, I hope that you guys consider trying to fast from electronics some way or another, because I tell you the benefits are there and it's truly a blessing. So I hope this finds you well, and I hope you guys stay blessed in the name of Jesus. Amen.